Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're doing another sourdough adventure. But this sourdough adventure is an easy one, and it's short. This will take you just over an hour, and the results are fantastic. But it's not your regular sourdough. We're gonna make banana bread sourdough. So sourdough banana bread coming at you today, right now. You guys, if you have a problem with letting your bananas go a little bit ripe or overripe or just frankly gross, this recipe is for you because super easy, comes together quick, and it's divine. So if you're ready for this adventure, here's what you're gonna need. 375 grams of overripe bananas, 225 grams of brown sugar, 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla paste, 2 large eggs, 100 grams of active sourdough starter, 250 grams of all-purpose flour, 1 1/2 teaspoons of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 cup of room temperature butter, and 1/4 cup of milk. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is preheat our oven to 350. Next, we are going to mix together our flour, our baking soda, and our salt, and we're gonna set it aside. We definitely don't wanna add this yet because if you mix it in with the wet ingredients right away, you're actually gonna get a really, really tough bread, and we want it to be soft and supple, just like we know banana bread to be, but have all the flavor of sourdough. All right, so into our bowl here, we're gonna put our room temperature butter and our brown sugar, and we're gonna cream that together just for a minute or two. And to this mixture, we're gonna add all of our bananas that are black as the night. Like this one is almost like, huh. But I knew I was making this recipe, so I did not throw them away. Oh my. And we're just going to mix them up until everything looks kind of evenly distributed. Now, your mixture may look a little curdled. That is fine. That's what the bananas do, but it should look very similar to that. So we're gonna go ahead and add our vanilla paste or vanilla extract. I have totally been into using vanilla paste the last couple of months, and I'm thinking I'm gonna make my own, so that video might be coming shortly. And I'm just gonna give that a little mix to just incorporate it, and then we're gonna add our eggs one at a time. And once your batter looks like soup, we're gonna go ahead and add our sourdough starter. Now you only need about 100 grams, so make sure you measure that out. And that's gonna be about half of my jar here. And this is active ripe sourdough. So sourdough discard will not work in this recipe. You need to ripen it first. Perfect. And my other 100 grams is gonna be used for bread later today. All right, so now I'm going to switch to my spoon. And the reason is I wanna work in this starter just enough, but not too much. So I'm just gonna work in my sourdough starter to start with my spoon. And I shouldn't overmix it too much with a wooden spoon, but with a mixer, a hand mixer or stand mixer, you would definitely probably overwork that and it would become real tough and chewy. All right, and once you see that starter mix in, we're gonna slowly add that flour in like 4 little batches. But we're not gonna mix a whole lot. We just wanna mix it enough that the dry ingredients are no longer dry, and then we're gonna make the next addition. And just when the last of the flour has been absorbed, that's it. So when you see no more flour in your bowl, and make sure you push stuff around to find some. I just pushed mine and I saw a little bit. That's it. Don't do it anymore because you don't want real thick and stodgy bread. So I'm gonna move over to my spatula now because I'm gonna add in the milk. Oh, before I add in my milk, let's go ahead and oil our pan. If you're using a Pampered Chef loaf pan though, you don't really have to butter it. But when I butter it, the outside of the crust is so crispy and delicious. So I prefer to butter it just because I like that extra little something something on the outside of the crust. But you don't have to if you're using a stoneware pan. There we go. Now with that done, that should have been your first or second step, but it's fine. We're gonna go ahead and add our milk and just stir it until it's combined. It's not that much milk either, but the milk does give it that moistness. Now, I know that there are some people who are like, hey, can we make this dairy-free? Yes. Just use some kind of neutral oil instead of butter, and also use like almond milk or something like that. Other people will ask if maybe you could make it gluten-free. If you have a gluten-free starter, I say give it a try. It's worth it. All right, look at that. All done. Now into the pan it's going to go. And that's a lot of batter for one pan, but it's all gonna fit. Now into the oven it's going to go for 60 minutes or so, or until you put in a toothpick and it comes out clean. As I'm starting to pick up, I remembered that I forgot to say, if you want to put nuts in it, before you put the milk in it, go ahead and add your nuts, but they don't like nuts in my house, so we don't do the nuts. They are nuts, I know. Okay, welcome back, and look at our beautiful sourdough banana bread. Now, it has cooled to maybe a little over room temperature. It's probably been about an hour cooling, but I want to get it out and show you. Look at this. Now, you'll notice that my crust got a little browner than normal. That's probably due to the butter. I don't remember last time it getting this brown, but that's okay because I like the darker color of the banana bread, so I think it'll be just fine. We'll find out. But let's cut into this and I'll show you how beautiful it is. Look at that beauty. Ooh, look at that beauty. Look at that on the inside. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take a piece from the inside so that I don't have to deal with that crust for the moment. I'll make a decision on the crust in just a second. Look at that beautiful banana bread. Like I mentioned, I think I cooked it a little bit too long. I think my crust is a little thick, but it's gonna be delicious. So, and I did leave it in there for a touch longer because when I inserted my skewer, it didn't quite come out as clean as I wanted it to, and I really didn't want that gummy middle, and so I left it in another 10 minutes. I probably should have pulled it at that point, but it's fine. But here's that beautiful banana bread, sourdough banana bread. Oh my goodness. Okay. I think the crust is perfect, at least the top of it. Oh, that's so good. Oh yeah, the crispy crust on the outside, it may look a little dark. It's darker than my normal one, but it's so moist. It's so delicate. If you're a fan of sourdough and you're a fan of banana bread, this is one you have got to try. I'm gonna taste this darker crust down here just to make sure. Oh, yeah. It's dark, but I think that darkness was from the brown sugar because it does not taste overcooked at all. It tastes fantastic. So what does this mean? This means that when you have discard, instead of discarding it, just feed it and make yourself some sourdough banana bread. It is so good. All right, you guys, well, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week. And this year in 2024, anything is game. So if you got some ideas for me, leave it in the comments below because I take all of your comments into consideration as I go for my next adventure. Do you want to see me do vanilla paste? Is that something that people are interested in? Because I'm interested in it, and if you're interested in it too, then let's get that done. All right, you guys, well, I will see you on the next adventure. Bye.